All right. Let's see. Are we working? Dee, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Um, we are waiting to see if this works. Of course, now that I sent out the link. Oh no, but the YouTube link always works. And the Discord link always works, no matter what.
Oh, I might have
Um,
to come out and come back in. I'll
okay.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Let's hope this works, folks. Okay, it is working. Dee said she would be right back. I apologize. I just got all the links sent out and I don't know what to say about the YouTube one. I apologize. Y'all know how to find us. I do apologize. Hello, hello, hello.
Does it say we're live?
It says we are live across the board.
Okay, one more time. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. It is now 3:08 p.m. We were experiencing technical difficulties. Thank you, Blue Rose, for bringing that to our attention and letting us know that all is good. And as I mentioned, it is the fourth quarter of 2025. We are now officially entering the holiday seasons, will be upon us, starting with, well, it all depends on your beliefs or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously we're going to have Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas and New Year's, and
Hanukkah.
yeah, Hanukkah, and don't forget Kwanzaa and everything in between. Um, before the end of the year, and we'll
Oh,
be in
come on.
2026.
Tell
Now,
me I didn't just do what I think I did. You did. Oh, no, I got it. Okay, good. I thought I accidentally deleted the live we were in. You did. Shut up.
did you or didn't you
No, I didn't.
take your
Yeah.
hands away from the keyboard?
No, it
Ma'am,
had nothing to do with that. I was
ma-
removing them from the playlist.
okay,
Um,
ma'am, remove yourself from your desk.
well, then you're going to be on your own. I wish you luck.
Step back, step away from the desk, take a breath.
No, I just had to remove the one that didn't have the right one, but then it looked like I accidentally deleted the wrong one, but then it worked out. It wasn't anything, it was just a glitch in the screen. So we're good.
Okay, my head's spinning, but if you got
Yeah,
it
it's
in your
because you're
head,
not
that's
seeing it
fine.
from the back. You're
Okay,
not seeing it from the back end.
all right. And I don't know if everybody heard, but we just got done recording a uh, little over an hour episode. It'll have another hour attached to it on illegal immigration, and our heads are spinning. We're both pissed off. It's frustrating as all hell. This is an episode to really watch that is an eye opener. It goes
That
from the
it is.
cartels to the NGOs to government and everything in between. It is extremely frustrating. Uh, and it's just going to continue to be frustrating for a while, I think. And when you see what some of the other cities are doing, it is just unacceptable.
Aggravating.
We had to do a couple woosahs in there, didn't we? We had to
I
do
believe
some
we did.
deep breathing and step away froms. Yes,
That we
Crazy
had to
B?
do.
And I can't hear you.
Oh, come on.
And so I
Really?
guess things aren't working. I shall return.
Oh, what the heck. It's going to be one of those days, folks. I promise you. It'll get better.
You hit the
And
bitch
she's
button
back.
again, didn't you? You hit the bitch button again, didn't you?
I did
I
not,
did not.
but I hear
Mm,
But
myself
I hear
echoing
myself
back.
echoing back.
okay.
It's like a
It's like a
microphone is too
microphone
close
is
to
too
a
close to a
speaker.
speaker.
Well, what do you got to do to fix it?
Oh, it's on
Oh,
your
it's on
end
your
that
end
it's
that
echoing
it's
back
echoing
from.
back from.
Well, I don't know why. The
You sound
You sound
really
really
quiet
quiet
too.
too.
I'm where I'm usually at.
I
I
figured
figured
that.
that.
It's probably my end that you're quiet, but the echoing back on myself shouldn't be a thing at all.
I do not
No, I've
know.
got my volume maxed out for where we're using. That's so weird. I bet it's our devices just don't want us doing this for the heck of it anymore.
Probably.
Oh, now you sound normal and I'm not echoing it on myself. That is so bizarre.
I do not know, and I did not move. I had
That's the
like,
funny part is you don't have to. It's
yeah.
weird.
All right. Well, we got a busy schedule today, folks, so we're gonna jump right into it. What's up first, Crazy B?
That funny video my son sent us to watch
Okay.
earlier.
Yes.
I have that up. A funny video from like what was that 12 years ago?
13.
It was from 2000. Oh no, it was 13 years ago. Yeah. This is something my son found and forwarded it to me. I did a quick edit up to make sure we don't get in trouble for the chanting in the background, but I don't think you would. I don't think I would, but I'm playing it safe rather than sorry. But this is what a loser. Yeah, let's just watch this and we'll get thoughts on it at the end.
You really do miss a lot without the chanting and the music.
They'll have to go watch that, but it
Mm-hmm.
is in the talking part.
When walking down the streets, Republican Jesus was approached by an old blind man. "Have mercy on me, Republican Jesus," said the blind man. And Republican Jesus said, "What is it you want?" And the blind man said, "Republican Jesus, I'm blind, and I wish to see. Can you heal me?" And Republican Jesus said, "Oh, Obamacare didn't take care of that for you?" And the blind man said, "Republican Jesus, you're right. I'll just go back to being blind." And all his disciples were in awe of Republican Jesus' wisdom.
That one actually kind of hits home. Obamacare didn't fix shit.
No.
Republican Jesus had noticed that a crowd had gathered around a young woman, and they were about to stone her to death. "What's going on here?" said Republican Jesus. And the crowd said, "This woman expects us to pay for her contraceptives with our tax money. We're going to stone her." And Republican Jesus said, "Cast no stone. That is a waste of stone, and I need these stones to build my 15th house. Just throw her off a bridge instead." And all the disciples were in awe at Republican Jesus' wisdom.
My thing is, that's so funny. How many homes does Bernie Sanders have? How many homes does Elizabeth Warren have?
Uh-huh.
But they're trying to pin it on the Republicans in this one. Oh my
And the
god.
comment section is just people who don't get that the video's a joke.
Yeah. In the comment section, it was wild. People who thought it was absolutely serious.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, they thought it was funny, but it was a dang joke. And again, the blind person, well, didn't Obamacare fix that?
Right.
Well, you know,
That's your humor for today. So that's the best. That's the best we got. Other
it
than that,
was a great one. It was a
yes,
great one.
yes, it was. All right. What do you got next?
Um, we have up next is this tidbit on Charlie Kirk's shooter
Yeah.
situation.
Yes. And we're just going to cover this real brief. The article will be in the description below. But we did want to make note of this, that the attorney for the suspect in Charlie Kirk's assassination needs more time to review the evidence.
I mean,
Uh huh. Yeah, you can't make it up. This is from Monday.
I know it seems unreasonable, but we have to make sure that we give a fair trial.
Isn't ABC
Mm hmm.
7 like biased or something?
Most news stations are biased
Are you biased?
to a degree.
This is from
Um,
Provo, Utah. The attorney for the 22-year-old man charged with killing Charlie Kirk asked a judge on Monday for more time to review the large amount of evidence in the case before deciding if the defense will seek a preliminary injunction. The preliminary hearing rather would determine if there is enough evidence against Tyler Robinson to go forward with a trial. Defendants can waive that step, but Robinson's newly appointed attorney, Catherine Nestor, said her team did not intend to do so. Utah Utah prosecutors have charged Robinson with aggravated murder and plan to seek the death penalty. Both the defense and prosecution acknowledged at a brief hearing Monday that the amount of evidence the prosecutors have is voluminous. Robinson was not present for the hearing and appeared via audio from jail at his defense team's request. Judge Tony Graff set the next hearing for October 30th. Defense attorneys for Robinson and prosecutors with the Utah County Attorney's Office declined to comment after Monday's hearing. It took place in Provo, just a few miles from the Utah Valley University campus in Orem, where many students are still processing trauma from the September 10th shooting and the day and a half search for the suspect. Okay, so you can continue to read the article. It just goes on and talks about what we already know.
I
But
have a question though. In another circumstance, if this was not Charlie Kirk or anyone else, would they have even gotten a hearing this quickly?
that's a good question.
Because there have been people who've sat for 2, 3 years.
Yeah, look at the J6ers.
I'm just asking if it was anybody else, would they get justice this quickly?
And I want to know what was so difficult if they both acknowledge there's so much information to go through. Why does the judge need 30 days to set another hearing? Why can't he say yay or nay right then and there?
Here's my thing. How, again, any other crime,
Right?
it would take a lot longer to gather this evidence, process it,
Right?
everything. It could take
Mhm.
months to get all these test results back,
Mhm.
sometimes years.
Right?
How will we know someone didn't cut a corner? And this could be, again, rushed process.
Right.
I worry about when they do these things. And I'm not trying to be mean. I absolutely want justice, but I want it to be
Well,
split and no room for appeals down the road.
right. But we often talk about swift justice and, being able to get a fair and swift trial. I mean, I forget the exact
So
phrasing.
it doesn't cost the taxpayers. But
Right.
then also, what about if something did go wrong? They had the wrong one. Because how many people that we know of have been wrongfully accused, and then others have died in jail, been found out later they were innocent, or even ones who've been put on death row,
Mm,
and it comes out later that they were innocent. It's
but
not every single day, but it's often enough to make you pause and want better justice.
right. But in this particular case,
Well, the guy
I
hasn't said anything. He hasn't admitted to it. We have
thought he was on video saying he did.
mm-mm, mm-mm. He
What
has
did he
not said a
say
thing.
on?
They have a text message conversation with a boyfriend that could be AI generated.
I thought he was in. Oh, I thought when they were questioning him.
He didn't answer
I'd
a
have to
single
go.
question.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and relook at it. I
Because
don't
from my
recall.
understanding is through all the questioning, through all the court hearing stuff, all of this, he has not said a word.
Well, there's a lot to this. It's and as Blue Rose noted, Candace Owen is doing a deep dive into this. I haven't
Yeah,
watched
and she's
anything.
also accusing his wife of being part of Mossad, so I don't know.
Who, Charlie Kirk's wife?
Yes.
I've heard that.
And that she's behind the shooting. I don't know if I would trust that investigation when it's already predetermined in her head what she thinks the outcome is going to be.
Mm. Sometimes you might have that predetermination and your facts prove you wrong. These
Other times you
days.
can smudge the facts and still publish it and say, see, I was right.
Yeah.
Our government tends to do that, especially the CDC.
Yeah. People do, and it's up to other people to investigate. I mean, it's all, do you believe it or don't you believe it? I mean, I I
This
really
is
don't.
where
uh,
it's tough.
Well, it behooves us to take a look at what she is potentially proposing. Is it a possibility?
I
Perhaps.
mean, she's already publicly declared that it was Israel
Yeah.
multiple times.
I mean, is that a possibility? That'd be something to look at, but that's not for today's discussion, so let us move on. How about that?
Yeah.
We gotta.
Um, And I
I
do see
hear
your
ya.
comment, Blue Rose, that there's something about Erica you don't trust. And gut instinct usually says something. Maybe there is something hidden. Maybe she knows something more. But again, if you can't get the right levels of proof across the board, we're still punishing the wrong person. And again, this is what happens when you rush
But
investigations.
he's the one that did the shooting. He shot him.
He never said he did. I'd not say, my personal opinion
Well,
is he
it doesn't
didn't.
matter if you say it or not. He's videotaped shooting him.
I didn't, all I saw was a grainy person running across the rooftop.
They have him laying down, I believe. They have other.
But they didn't show his face because all the videos were taken from God knows how far away. Nothing was up close.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm
And
not.
again, I'm just pointing out where there's holes in the FBI's thing. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I am just pointing out holes that, you know,
I'm pretty sure they know they've been they've done their due diligence in this case. I don't think they just picked up a 22-year-old and said, "You're the shooter." I mean, the
Mm,
kid's dad came out and apologized. The kid admitted it to a family member. The family member's the one that called the FBI. Uh, that's how that all
like
worked.
I said, a decent amount for and against. And
Yeah,
again, is this going to be on the same thing of like what happened with Lee Harvey Oswald and with Jack Ruby? Okay, they both ended up in
dead.
such.
Yeah.
I mean, Lee Harvey Oswald didn't get to even have time to scream, "I'm innocent, I'm being framed," because he was taken out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this guy's in complete protective custody, not saying a word. Is it he's a willing patsy? Or is it something else? I mean, I can sit here and come up with a dozen different things, all of them more irrational than the previous one. But there are still logically some holes that really need to be more properly addressed with how
And,
quickly this went.
well, and perhaps they're out there, they're just not sharing them with the public yet. Not
All I
that,
know is if it was a regular person on the street who got taken out by a sniper, look how long it took them to find that DC sniper.
well,
Remember back in the early
they never,
2000s?
yeah, and they never came up with a thing for the Las Vegas shooter or, I
Yeah,
mean,
this one they magically were able to pull together just as quickly as the JFK one.
mm, I do not know. I'm not the lead investigator. We'd
And I
have to
half
call
wonder
back.
if they hadn't taken out the guy in Butler, if they would have the same thing.
Yeah.
And again, the Butler one is even strange. Whose home that they live in does not have utensils and dishes and stuff like that?
Whack,
Your entire family home.
whack job.
It seems weird. So, again, I have questions about how quickly it's being pushed through. Um, but I don't know if I would go as far as saying his wife was behind it. I don't know if I would go there,
Mm,
but it's still.
there, there have been rumors about her, so
And
I'm
I've
just
seen rumors
saying.
that Candace and Charlie Kirk were having an affair. I mean, come on.
I didn't hear that, but I
I've
mean,
seen that in a couple of places, and
yeah,
there's text messages. I can create an AI text message chat between two people too.
and put it on their phone.
Make it look like it was a print off from a phone company. Yes, it is not hard to do.
Right.
That's why, again, when stuff comes out so quickly, I mean, they can't get the phone companies to cooperate for a standard murder. And yet they magically got him to do this in less than 48 hours of Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk's?
Well, that came through the Discord, I believe, didn't it?
No, this was a text message. Oh no, I'm sorry, it wasn't the phone company that provided it. It was the boyfriend who provided the text message, supposedly, the text
Hmm.
message conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? The boyfriend could be involved. There's a lot of moving parts to it.
Oh yeah. No, they
But,
said they're looking into a
yeah,
lot of the conspiracies, but if they're still looking into it, why are they rushing ahead to get this guy prosecuted if they're not even done looking into the conspiracies?
but I thought we didn't like conspiracies.
Well, the FBI said they were. The FBI said they're looking into them. So they're still rushing ahead to get this guy through the court systems while still looking into other possibilities.
Because doesn't isn't he entitled to his due process?
Yeah, but what good is due process if you're rushing it?
Well, I didn't know we had time constraints on it.
Well, evidently they are putting time constraints on it. This is the fastest I've ever seen a murder investigation roll. Even when the person admits to doing it, it can sometimes take 2 or 3 years.
Well, this is just the preliminary. I doubt very much. I told you I will probably be dead and he will still be in prison awaiting execution.
Yeah. I just, again, I always am the one, like, okay, if it was being rushed this quickly and it was me being accused, would I feel comfortable with it? Probably not.
Well, then you shouldn't have tried to shoot him.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, if I, again, to me, it just seems way rushed. I mean, Lee Harvey Oswald didn't even get to see a judge.
He killed himself.
No, he didn't. Jack
Quote.
Ruby took him out.
Oh yeah. Well, quote
And then
unquote.
Jack Ruby was found mentally insane and no one could talk to him.
Very suspicious.
So I just want, I would like to see a more reasonable collection of the test results and stuff. Because I don't want to see in 10 years, oh, we screwed it up and now we got to fix it and make it right.
Did the Unabomber even die?
Yes, he did. Okay. Anyways, I'm done ranting. I'm sorry. I go back and forth because I play the devil's advocate to bring different perspectives in. I like to bring in the perspectives because it becomes an echo chamber if we don't.
So,
Sorry.
well, are you saying that I'm the echo chamber?
No, I just don't want us to ever become like an echo chamber.
I don't think we do.
I know we don't, but I I see it way too many times. People get so sucked in that they either fully believe the FBI all the time and they always trust them, but then when you look at MK Ultras and all this stuff that our government's done on us, I have no reason to trust them.
Right.
But I can't also disprove everything they say. I can't constantly disregard everything they say. But where do we draw the line on these? And so I do think we should pay attention to some of the theories going around, and it should be taken into consideration. But I also think that, DNA testing and fingerprints, they sometimes take months to get back, and even a regular robbery. What the hell is so different about this case from those except Charlie Kirk?
Hmm.
So,
Because there's a lot,
are
I
you
think,
complaining about
to it.
people who did way worse?
There's a lot that he stood for. There was the potential of him
On
running
and on.
for president of the United States in 4 years.
It could be
He was a
religious,
threat. It,
political,
it could be
personal,
anything. Yeah,
and
a lot
yet
of things.
some random 22-year-old kid decided that he was going to do this and is now not saying a word. He's literally pleading the fifth.
Oh, maybe
He's
somebody
taking that
instructed.
right to remain silent to
Yep,
its exact T.
yep, and that's his right. Some
And as
people,
soon as you say maybe someone instructed him,
maybe
Hold
you
up.
never
who
know.
else is involved?
Maybe his
What about the
dad told
ears?
him keep his
Dad,
mouth
you sent
shut.
them.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said maybe his dad told him to keep his mouth shut. You never know.
Let the evidence speak for itself.
Maybe. Let's see what happens. I
I'm really
heard
curious
that,
because, again, this is so unfair when you look at all the other people who've been waiting 10 years for a very similar situation, other than they're not famous.
and that's what usually happens, right? The, look at Jussie Smollett. Look at anybody from the music industry, the entertainment industry.
Well, they still haven't solved Tupac or Biggie.
No, but let's not go there. But
Hey,
they,
Arby.
they were able to diagnose what's his face. What's he going by? His symbol now, Kanye. You know what I mean? They were able to get that all done based off of the Kardashians' testimonies. So it all depends.
Hmm.
Time, money, all of that plays a part, I think, in it. Politics,
Well, and
religion,
again,
all of
Charlie
it.
Kirk was friends with a lot of these people. So
I know.
what? He gets pulled. What happened to balanced and fair justice? Everyone's equal.
If you believe that, then I have a bridge to sell you in Pittsburgh.
Well, that's my whole point. Is
Hmm.
there is classism in
There is.
America,
Exactly. And there always has been. And there
and
will
it's
continue to
bullshit.
be. And there will continue to be so.
But I do worry
Unfortunate.
though by rushing a criminal case because again, you look at even that kid over in Texas, that Carmelo Anthony guy.
Hmm.
He's that happened what late last year, early this year,
Yep.
and they're still trying to get all this together, and we
Well,
still don't have all of it in place.
that's
I just when
people
things
didn't
get
do the right
rushed,
job.
I just don't like rush jobs. Do it right, do it properly. But then again, when you give them more time, they have more time to cover up anything they want to cover up.
Yep.
Ooh. It's a small club and you ain't in it.
Mm.
Thank you, Arby. All right. Anyways, I'm going to go on. We need to get on to the next one. I have spent way too long going over my mental logic.
Alrighty then. What do you got next for us?
We are on to the Michigan shooter.
Yes. This dippity do. Uh, is this the article?
It's the ground news one.
There should be a whole article that
There's
goes.
two whole articles.
Okay. Uh, so this is just the summary.
This is the ground news summary of what the articles have been saying, and then you have something from Mormon, the Guardian, and
Yeah.
something from a Fox News.
Okay. Skip this one then. We can skip
Okay.
that one and go to the Guardian one.
All right. Hold on.
We had this one from yesterday, I believe.
Okay. Yes. This tab.
Okay, so this one is interesting because I was actually quite surprised. I never really thought about this at all that this is occurring. But
Oh, hold
uh
on. I got it. Arby sent me this in Discord because he got censored. This is pertaining to your Jussie Smollett thing. Juicy did nothing wrong. He wanted a delicious Subway tuner salad, Sandy, at 2 a.m. and then getting assaulted by your lover trainer and his twin brother isn't his fault.
okay, I apologize. I just all I did was bring his name up saying that he
He's
received
just being
just
silly.
I know he received quick justice. That's all I'm saying. His
Oh, he's
juicy,
just, you got to
yeah,
enjoy the silly comments.
yeah, his juicy Jussie got his Smollett done. So
And D throwing aspersions at
it's
my boy
going to.
Juicy,
I
shaking my
didn't
head.
know that they were connected. I won't pick on him again, RB. I apologize. I didn't know you
Oh,
guys
I
were
say pick
tight.
on him even more now.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were tight. But
All right, back to
the
article. Sorry.
yeah, the Mormon church shooting suspect, guess what? He had a Trump sign outside his home, records show. Google Maps images show that the suspect, who was shot dead by police, he had a Trump sign outside his Michigan home. Get out.
What Trump sign? Oh, over here in the
Yeah,
corner.
in the corner, see it? Above the stop sign to the left of the RV?
Uh huh.
You
Hold
see
on.
that? That's a Trump sign.
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
My mouse is circling it. You'll see a
Yeah.
big middle finger circling the picture.
Uh-huh. Okay, so the gunman who killed at least 4 worshippers, wounded 8, and was shot to death by police on Sunday at a Mormon church in Grand Blanc Township, Michigan, had a sign emblazoned with the last name of Donald Trump outside his house, public records show. The president responded to the church shooting on Sunday by saying, "There is still a lot to learn about the deceased suspect, identified as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford. This appears to be yet another targeted attack on Christians in the United States of America," Trump said in a post on his Truth Social platform.
Normally, he's out there. First thing he says is left wing violence.
That's what the bitch is. So go ahead.
That bugs me.
Well,
But Irby, oh my God, he goes, maybe he confused Mormon with more men church.
maybe. Trump's comments were notably calm and measured compared with his remarks following the killing of the right wing activist Charlie Kirk in Utah 18 days earlier, when the president rushed to blame the radical left for the murder and was echoed by his allies. A suspect is in custody in connection with that shooting and faces charges that carry the death penalty. Now, this is what bugged me. Images on Google's Maps taken in June shows that Sanford had a blue sign with Trump's last name attached to a shed on the side of his house
That was
in
a
Burton,
fence, not a
Michigan.
shed.
Huh?
That was a fence, not a shed, but they're
Well,
idiots.
about a 15-minute drive from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter day Saints, authorities say he targeted Sunday morning. The placard, first reported by the Daily Beast, was propped up above a red stop sign. The image of the placard was too unclear to tell definitively whether it also displayed the last name of Mike Pence or J.D. Vance, Trump's running mates during his 3 presidential campaigns since 2016. Meanwhile, a family photo posted on Facebook shows Sanford posing alongside his wife and 10-year-old son wearing a Re-elect Trump 2020 t shirt. The shirt from when the first of Trump's 2 presidencies ended in defeat to Joe Biden carries the logo "Make Liberals Cry Again." Investigations into the motive of the Mormon church shooter are continuing. State police have stressed that any speculation about why the attack was carried out is exactly what it is, a speculation. The FBI, which is conducting its own inquiry, has called the attack an act of targeted violence, but has given no details on how it reached that conclusion. On the conservative cable show Fox and Friends, Caroline Leavitt, the White House press secretary, said, "From what I understand, based on my conversations with the FBI director, all they know right now is this was an individual who hated people of the Mormon faith." Leavitt said investigators were also looking into how such planning went into the attack attributed to Sanford. The Detroit Free Press reported that Sanford had said negative things about Mormons to a local candidate for city council, calling the religion the Antichrist. Chris Johns, who is running for a seat on a local city council, told the newspaper he was canvassing on September 22nd when he encountered Sanford. It was very much standard anti LDS talking points that you would find on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, John said, though he stressed the meeting had not hinted at violence. Officials say Sanford rammed a silver pickup truck bearing 2 American flags through the front door of the church, then used a rifle to fire at worshippers before setting the building ablaze. He was killed by police in the parking lot of the church about 8 minutes after the attack started at 10:20.
Uh oh.
That
Are
was
you back?
weird. You dipped that, not me.
It told me you dipped out and it said the attack started at, I heard the attack started at 10 and then it
Hmm.
just disappeared. And then it
Okay.
said you pop back in.
Okay, the chat's gone, but I'll finish the article and then dip out and come
Okay.
back. Apart from the Trump supporting artifacts, relatively little was known yet about Sanford's political leanings. Michigan holds open primary elections in which voters' political party preferences are unlisted, so voter records pertaining to Sanford show no party affiliation. No party affiliation is recorded on his voter registration, as is typical in Michigan, a state that holds open primary elections in which voters' parties' preferences are unlisted. Oh my lord. Who writes this shit?
A dumbass.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
literally
it
just
just
reiterated what their previous paragraph said.
yes, and they reiterated it twice in the same sentence in the next paragraph.
Yes.
Yet Democratic consultant Mark Grebner told the Bridge, Michigan news outlet that Sanford had signed two political petitions. Grebner, according to the outlet, said one was for the 2021 Unlock Michigan effort to repeal the pandemic emergency powers of the state's Democratic governor, Gretchen Whitmer. And Grebner reportedly said the other was for a 2020 push by the group Right to Life Michigan to restrict abortion in the state. Local property tax assessor records confirm the address of Sanford's house, which he bought for $96,211 in 2016. Images in the tax assessor records match the home on Google Maps with the Trump sign. Sanford, who was known as Jake, joined the U.S. Marines in 2004 after finishing his education at a local high school. He worked in the military as an automotive mechanic and was deployed to Iraq for 7 months in 2007 through 2008 during the U.S.'s war there, according to the military records. The church Sanford is said to have attacked was razed to the ground after the attackers believed to have ignited the building by dousing it with petrol. Grand Blanc Township is a small community of about 8,000 people outside Flint. Its Mormon church is one of the largest in the area, with about 150 congregants.
This was not written by a person in America or from American upbringing because we don't use the term petrol.
That would be correcto. And I shall be right back, okay?
Alrighty. It's pretty messed up. This is a really messed up situation. And I agree with you, Arby, that his political opinions only matter if this was a political attack, but if it was personal, then his politics do not matter.
There we go.
Now we're back.
Now we're back. Yeah. So let's see the next article with what they believe the reasoning for this attack was.
All right, let's go back to the top. Oh, did it carry over for you?
It did not. I still have the one I just read. There we go.
Oh, duh, dumbass me. Hit share page.
There you go. The Michigan church shooter's romance history emerges as the suspect's father apologizes to the victim's family. Thomas Sanford, 40, opened fire on the Mormon congregants after driving his truck into the church.
That is not good. Oh, wow. He did a
Mm-hmm.
lot of damage there.
Yeah. Can you hit play on that, Crazy Bee?
I can.
FBI officials say Sunday's attack on a Michigan church was targeted. At least 4 people were killed there, plus the attacker. Correspondent Garrett Tenney is in Grand Blanc, Michigan tonight with the latest. Good evening, Garrett.
Brett, good evening to you. We are getting some indications as to why the FBI is calling this a targeted attack. We have learned that in the days before this violent attack, this deadly attack, the 40-year-old suspect, Jake Sanford, went on a tirade against the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and described its members as the Antichrist. Chris Johns, who is running for city council in the town next to Grand Blanc, tells me he met the Marine veteran last week while doing door-to-door canvassing, and that almost immediately, out of nowhere, Sanford asked, "What do you know about Mormons?" and then went off.
It was a tirade. I mean, that's ultimately what it was. It was a series of questions, but it was him proactively making a tirade about his views on the LDS Church.
Sunday morning, hundreds of people, most of them families with kids, were worshiping inside the Church of Jesus Christ when police say Sanford crashed his pickup truck into the front of the chapel before pulling out an assault rifle, shooting church members, and then burning the church to the ground while some people were still trapped inside.
As I'm running to the door, bullet grazed or went past me, hit the door on the left side of me about a foot away. I'm thinking I'm a goner. I'm going to get hit because he's shooting at me.
Law enforcement officers took down the suspect 8 minutes after the first 911 call came in. 4 people were killed, 8 are injured. At least one of them is still in critical condition. The youngest victim was just 6 years old. And even now, investigators are still searching through the debris, looking for any additional victims. Brett?
Garrett
That's
live in Grand
messed
Blanc,
up.
Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett, thanks.
Whoops.
Okay. So the father, the man responsible for driving a truck into the church before he opened fire, apologized for his son's actions on Monday. The father, Thomas Sanford, told the Detroit Free Press that the situation is a nightmare. Neighbors and members of the community in Grand Blanc, Michigan, expressed shock and sorrow in interviews with Fox News Digital. Investigators have not determined a specific motive for the shooter, also named Thomas Sanford. Remember, they called him Jake, as new details emerge about his romantic life and alleged anti-Mormon prejudice. I feel terrible about all the families that have been hurt and that are under the same crap that I'm going under, that my wife and I are going under, the elder Sanford said. I apologize for that. Sanford added that his son loved the United States and was a family man. The only thing I can say is that it was my son that did it, Sanford said. As far as why, irrelevant. It happened. We're dealing with it. It's been a nightmare. Online images of the shooter's home showed a campaign sign for President Donald Trump on its fence, but the sign was not present when Fox News Digital saw the home on Monday.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that is
Neighbors
a shed. No, oh, no, it's on a fence connected to a shed. They're dingbats. Okay.
Neighbors of Sanford's father said they were aware of the attack but didn't speculate about the man's motive. It's just awful, the neighbor said, declining to be named. Local city council candidate Chris Johns told Fox News that he spoke to Sanford just days before his attack and that the conversation veered toward extreme anti-Mormon rhetoric. Sanford referred to Mormonism as the Antichrist during their talk, John said. Past acquaintances of Sanford said he had no such prejudice earlier in his life. Sandra Winter, who says she was Sanford's landlady in Utah for roughly 10 months in 2010, said he dated and nearly married a Mormon woman during his time there. Winter said she knew Sanford well and that he was considering joining the Mormon Church in order to further his relationship with a girlfriend. He added that the woman's family was pretty gung-ho about the idea. Despite all this, Winter said Sanford one day abruptly left without explanation. Another Grand Blanc community member told Fox News Digital that he was at the police academy and watched national media descend on Grand Blanc after the attack. You see this stuff happening all over and think it can't happen here, and then suddenly it does, he said. He went on to argue that the media coverage of the shooting only adds fuel to the fire by giving notoriety, there we go, crazy bee,
Notoriety.
thank you, to the attacker. As of Tuesday, at least 4 people are dead, 7 are in stable condition in the wake of Sanford's attack. It's all about forgiveness, the Grand Blanc resident told Fox. I'm not a Mormon, but I'm a Christian, and I'm mourning right along with them. Several local Christian churches have offered their support to the Mormon community in the wake of Sunday's attack. Grand Blanc's The River Church held a prayer service Sunday night, while St. Christopher's Episcopal Church offered to share its facilities for worship services. We
That's
are
nice
all
of them.
we are all God's children, St. Christopher wrote in a statement. So,
Sounds about right for, that area and their religious beliefs.
did you know that you knew that area, right?
Yeah. Yes. Grand
Okay.
Blanc is up by Flint. I had patients there. I've been by that church.
Mhm.
I used to go there routinely. Yeah. Sadly, it's it's a nice little small town area. That's what I don't get is like this kind of stuff don't happen there. It's
Right.
not like it's an inner city shooting type of place. This is, again, yeah, it's near Flint, but Flint isn't even what it used to be. So,
Well, if they're suggesting though that his relationship with this Mormon woman could possibly be it, you may never know. I mean, he's dead, so
yeah, unless he
he's
left
not going to
something
say.
in writing,
Right.
and even that, again, after the fact,
Mhm.
it's hard to say. But this seems more like it's a religious
Mhm.
issue than it is a political issue.
Right.
And I've always said there are extremist Christians out there, and I've held to it for a
Well, the
very
one
long time.
well, the one thing I don't like is, so the city council person encounters him, but he's just one person. I'd like some other people to collaborate the same sentiment that he's expressing, because we further in the article they say that earlier on he never had such sentiments, right? So is it
Hmm.
that he met this woman, planned on going to the church, and something happened, either between him and the woman, or him and the church, or him and the woman and the church? Uh, is that a possibility? But sometimes when events happen, people, this could have been a casual conversation for all you know. Just like the Jehovah Witnesses showing up at my door, and I make a bigger to do out of it than it really is, because I'm running for city council and I want to be on TV, and my name's going to be plastered everywhere. I don't know.
Uh huh.
I just want to extra, like you said, for the Kirk shooter. I want a little extra something something as well. I want somebody else to say, oh, it's definitely he did something for some. Was it against the religion? Was it somebody in the church? If he lived there, did something. Is that where he planned on marrying this woman? There's a lot of details left to, questions that need answers here.
Did he have a grievance with a person in that church?
Right, right. So it's I think this is another ongoing one. But in this particular case the shooter's dead. So what do we get? Not much.
Big question marks.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just because he was a gun owner, and I hate that they use the term assault rifle. It is a
Yes.
high powered hunting rifle.
And
That is all it is.
right. And I don't disagree with your comment, regarding Trump, as far as not making that big of a deal of it compared to Charlie Kirk. I think probably the differences, I would say, while highly contentious on both sides, I don't know. I think the Charlie Kirk thing was spread like wildfire throughout the United States. That,
But Trump also did it with the school shooting things too.
yeah, he did.
Basically, anything was instantly a leftist extremist until this one.
Right. And
It,
now, the thing is, though, that, you know, they said that the sign was there for the 2020 when they snapped the Google Maps thing. So the Google Maps wasn't accurate and up to date. Did he take the Trump sign down? Did he become
hold on,
disillusioned?
let me double check. I think it said it was only back in June when that
June?
car went
Okay.
through.
Uh,
Um, hold on. No, that was the other article. One second.
I thought they went and looked at it and it wasn't
Yeah,
that
it says the Google Maps was taken in June.
of 2025.
This year, I believe.
I thought they said 2020.
No, they said they weren't sure if it was a remaining sign from 2020
Oh, okay.
or an updated one.
Okay.
It could have been from Pence or Vance out of the
They
three
don't
times
know.
Trump ran.
Yeah.
It could have been from an older one or a updated one. So they
Okay.
did at least clarify that. And yeah. And again, I don't like that it was even written by somebody from another country. We do
Right.
not use the term petrol in America.
Right.
We use gas or diesel or
Mhm.
fuel.
Propane or something. Yeah.
Yes, kerosene. I don't
Right.
think I've known a single person in America to use
Just
the
say
word
petrol.
petrol.
Yep. And the redundancy in the article was just correct. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll continue to monitor the situation, but
Yeah.
now they're going down the romantic path, so we'll see.
Yeah, I had heard somebody say before, I can't remember where it was. I want to say it was on a YouTube video. Someone had been looking into it and that he had wanted to marry this woman out in, I believe he was in Utah at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all good for it with the exception of his tattoos. He couldn't enter the church as a congregate member because of his tattoos. He wouldn't be able to advance into the religion because of his tattoos. And that is something I do know for a fact. Mormons are not okay with tattoos and piercings. So that one is a little bit more potential, but why would, again, it doesn't make sense. Why shoot up the church years later?
Right.
You've already moved on, married somebody else, and had a kid with somebody
Kid.
else.
Exactly.
Why would he do this all these years later? It
Yep.
doesn't make sense.
And again, there's
So
all these weird shootings. Are they somehow connected?
I wonder. I know I've said it before, and I will continue to say I hate sounding like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but with how frequent and how often it makes you scratch your head.
Mm-hmm. It just really is.
It's just one of those things where I scratch my head and
Go,
I'm like, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
It is definitely weird. I will tell you that.
All right. So next up, we should have for the rest of the. Oh no, we're gonna do the government shutdown, correct?
Yes. Did you want to cover those before the last of that video from Pete Hegseth, or did you
Yeah,
want
let's do
to?
the government shutdown because we're gonna finish up the Pete Hegseth stuff from yesterday. And there's a whole lot more that came out that we are gonna probably follow through for our live tomorrow night.
Yes.
Yes? So today and the rest of the day after we get this done will be the rest of Pete Hegseth and tomorrow as well. And if we get done with Pete Hegseth, we still have tons to do. If you missed the beginning, we spent the earlier today a little over an hour doing a pre-recorded, which we will continue. And by the time we were done, we were both ticked off on illegal immigration, and it's just totally out of control.
Yeah.
It makes my head hurt. Extremely frustrating, but we'll talk about that later. Oh, I need some alcohol or something. I've been saying I need alcohol for a long time. I
I
really,
say it too, but then I never actually go and get
I
any.
know that's the problem.
And then it's also, I don't have the energy to get up and do anything about it.
True.
It's just sitting on my dresser and I'll be looking at it like I need a drink, but I don't have the energy to make one.
Yeah.
And drinking it straight from the bottle is an option.
Well, one,
So,
I'd
but then I
probably
got to
be
get up to go get it.
yeah, but one, I'd probably be unable to get the lid off of it. And then I'd be unable to get the lid off of whatever I was gonna mix it with. So, just
That's if you mix it.
yeah, that's if I mix it.
I have been known to drink things straight just because.
Oh yeah, like Pepto Bismol. That always is good straight. Who cares about the measurements? Sometimes you get
Measurements are overrated.
yeah,
Didn't you know
sometimes
that?
you get a little bit more, sometimes you get a little bit less. It all depends. Anywho, all right, what do we got up for the government shutdown? This was right as of, I believe, close to 2ish Eastern Standard Time, maybe 1ish.
Um, it was at 11:37 a.m., so close to 1 a.m. your time. I mean 1 p.m. your time.
Okay, all right, what do we got? So, the Senate Republicans, what do they want to do? They want to vote on a measure that would reopen the government after failed votes lead to a shutdown. Oh, I'm so happy. I really, right now, I think that a shutdown is probably one of the best things, the best wake up call that our government employees could possibly have. They can
Mm-hmm.
feel the pain of the American people. Being in these government jobs, you've had job security for probably the majority of your tenure. For how long you've been there. You've had job
Yeah.
security. You did not have to worry about being fired, laid off, disciplined, having having a performance evaluation, meeting standards. You still get to work from home. Buildings are still uh, sitting empty, gathering dust and mothballs. I don't even think they put mothballs down. But you now get to feel the pain of what everyday Americans who cannot find a job are going through, who are worried about keeping a job, are going through. So,
Mhm.
hey, the kick in the pants here is, well, you're going to suffer a little bit of pain. When the government reopens, guess what? You still get your back. They go back and pay you for the days you missed. That's
Uh-huh.
real. That's really what. That really is irritating. Anybody else that gets laid off has to wait 2 weeks until they can collect unemployment.
Uh-huh.
Has to wait 2 weeks before they go on workers' compensation. And you're gonna bitch and moan because you're off for a day or two because you guys can't get your shit together? Give me a break. Oh my Lord, help me. I'm telling you, I need somebody pray for me, please.
I get it though. It's like, what do you do? How do you,
Yeah.
there
What do you
is no
even
way to fix
say?
it.
What do you even say at this point to them? You know, these.
Welcome to my world, and then
Yeah.
walk off. Here's
Oh,
the
yeah.
list to some local food banks where I go.
Yeah,
I'll see you in
exactly.
line.
That you get what? A bag of freaking mushrooms, a bag of green peppers, a bag of, it's not even a box of food anymore. You get a
Yeah.
bag of some leftover shit from somewhere that you're supposed to make do. You tell me what you're supposed to make out of a bag of green peppers that you have nothing to put in it.
Mm-hmm.
Chase, stop it. Stop. I
Yeah.
apologize.
It definitely sucks
I mean, it's ridiculous.
that it is. And most people don't know it because they've gotten blessed and have never had to stand in line at a food bank.
Right.
It's like, yeah, okay. I know someone who got, what was it, 2 pounds of garlic cloves, fresh garlic cloves.
What?
Like, okay, I'm just going to eat straight up garlic.
Oh my, my. Mm.
It's
All right.
kind of a ew moment.
Ooh is putting it mildly. Oh
Um,
my. Oh my.
could you imagine
Trying to feed your family on garlic cloves.
how is that actually going to help?
I wouldn't even know what to say.
Other than plant them and have them for down the road?
I was going to suggest that. Stick them in the ground and. But that doesn't help feed your family right now.
No, but it's, you'll have a never ending supply of garlic for the rest of your life because garlic loves to grow
Mm hmm.
rampantly
Right.
underground.
Right.
I've grown garlic. It's one of the easiest things to grow. So, yeah, that's what I would tell them is welcome to what I go through every day
Okay,
or every
so.
week or every month. And that's the end of the article, believe it or not.
Okay. So, real quick, the Senate on Wednesday, that means today, will vote again on a continuing resolution that failed to pass the 60 vote threshold on Tuesday in a 55 to 54 split. The resolution, which would have kept the government funded through November 21st, received support from Pennsylvania Democratic Senator John Fetterman, my man, Maine Independent Senator Angus King, and Nevada Democratic Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, who voted with all Senate Republicans except for Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, who voted against the resolution. They're crazy, B. Wonder
And
why?
I bet you it's because of some kind of cost in the bill.
Uh-huh. Senate Majority Leader John Thune on Tuesday filed a cloture motion to set up the Wednesday vote to advance the House passed continuing resolution, which is unlikely to pick up much more Democratic support, the Hill News outlet reported. The Senate will also vote Wednesday on an appropriation bill for fiscal year 2026. We will keep you
Hmm.
updated. Are they open or are they closed? Will they
Well,
get a
well, no.
long weekend or do they have to go back to work?
Honestly, none of them
And
are
I
earning their paychecks.
right, and I agree, Art. This bullshit with continuing resolutions pass a frickin' budget bill. It's not again, they're not doing their jobs. None of them.
Uh huh. We've all been complaining about that for quite some time now.
All right,
Is it so hard to just do their damn job?
apparently. And I'm
It's,
sure they're due for a couple days off. I mean, they've been probably hard at work for a couple days. So they probably got to take a couple days rest. So,
they probably haven't done jack shit.
all right. So now we're going to go into uh, tomorrow. If we have anything that's breaking or urgent, we'll bring that up. But the discussions with Pete Hegseth, I think, are warranted. We think are warranted in the changes that he wants to make with the expulsion of the Department of Defense back to the Department of War.
Hmm.
And Crazy B, the wounded knee piece, would you hold that for so we could talk about it after we're done? I think I
Um,
I think I sent
I
that.
already have that set for tomorrow.
Okay, good. Because I want to talk to you about that before we do it, okay? Um, but so we're going to finish off the video from yesterday, and then we have some additional pieces that we want to play that are coming from both the left and the right, and from different perspectives, from news media to retired generals. We want you to see the different perspectives that are being brought out. The full speech will be in today's description as well as tomorrow's description for you to listen to. Apparently, according to what records are indicating, he talked completely off the cuff, meaning he probably memorized his speech, but he talked for approximately 45 minutes or so. And it just blew my mind that the critiques of him uh, ranged from everywhere from the way he walked and stormed across the stage and just it was everywhere. I just once it would be nice if we could get something accomplished without every facet of every piece of the universe being brought in and evaluated. Like, oh my gosh, did you see her blink her eye when she said the word it? I mean, that's how stupid this stuff is getting. It really
Yeah, they've
is.
gotten quite petty.
Yes, thank you. That's the word. I couldn't think of it,
And
so I
their
said it.
critiques, because
Yeah,
they can't really critique what he's saying.
yeah,
So they have to go with how he said it.
yes. Thank you. It took me a long time for you to just sum it up nicely. How petty it is. How petty the critiques are. You know, when I.
It's just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll stop and start through the video. Uh, you may hear me. I got to get up and take care of the dog here, so um, I'm in the same room, Crazy Bee, so I'll hear you. I just got to let him out. If you hear barking, you'll know it's him. All right,
Alrighty.
all right. Go ahead. Come on, Chase.
Oh my God.
You didn't share it again.
Now I am. Hi.
Okay, thank you.
I what I was listening to.
War Department. Because the era of the Department of Defense is over. You see, the motto of my first platoon was those who long for peace must prepare for war. This is, of course, not a new idea. This crowd knows that. The origin dates to the 4th century Rome and has been repeated ever since, including by our first commander-in-chief, George Washington, the first leader of the War Department. It captures a simple yet profound truth. To ensure peace, we must prepare for war. From this moment forward, the only mission of the newly restored Department of War is this: warfighting, preparing for war and preparing to win, unrelenting and uncompromising in that pursuit. Not because we want war, no one here wants war, but it's because we love peace. We love peace for our fellow citizens. They deserve peace, and they rightfully expect us to deliver it. Our number one job, of course, is to be strong so that we can prevent war in the first place. The president talks about it all the time. It's called peace through strength. And as history teaches us, the only people who actually deserve peace are those who are willing to wage war to defend it. That's why pacifism is so naive and dangerous. It ignores human nature and it ignores human history. Either you protect your people and your sovereignty, or you will be subservient to something or someone. It's a truth as old as time. And since waging war is so costly in blood and treasure, we owe our republic a military that will win.
Thank you for stopping in, JJ. I absolutely understand. I absolutely like it.
I love it. He's not
Any war we choose.
John Millie, is he?
Say that one more time.
I said he's not John Millie, is he?
No.
Or the other guy. What's the other one? Millie and.
There's a couple of them.
Well, not Millie and Vanilli.
Close enough.
Yeah, that's about right, though. Come to think of it. Come on, get in here. Come on. Chase. In. Chase. And we'd rather be sniffing the leaves. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Come here.
All right. I'm going to hit play. But yeah, it's messed up.
What is?
The way our government and our military and everything are going. Hey, do me a favor. I would like a little bit of that lemonade, please.
Oh, but we're running low.
And Dad gets paid tonight.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. um, my children got spoiled. Their dad picked up that Milo's raspberry lemonade, and I wanted some of it.
There you go.
All
And
right, let
you all
me.
got knocked on the floor.
Oh, that's okay. I was trying to sit up and I accidentally pushed my microphone with my chest.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know if it came through or not.
All right, go ahead.
Or any war that is thrust upon us. Should our enemies choose foolishly to challenge us, they will be crushed by the violence, precision, and ferocity of the War Department. In other words, to our enemies, F-A-F-O. If necessary, our troops can translate that for you. Another way to put it is peace through strength,
Sugar, right?
brought to you by the warrior ethos. And we are restoring both. As President Trump has said, and he's right, we have the strongest, most powerful, most lethal, and most prepared military on the planet. That is true, full stop. Nobody can touch us. It's not even close. This is true largely because of the historic investments that he made in his first term, and we will continue in this term. But it's also true because of the leaders in this room and the incredible troops that you all lead. But the world, and as the chairman mentioned, our enemies get a vote. You feel it, I feel it. This is a moment of urgency, mounting urgency. Enemies gather, threats grow. There is no time for games. We must be prepared. If we're going to prevent and avoid war, we must prepare now. We are the strength part of peace through strength. And either we're ready to win or we are not. You see, this urgent moment, of course, requires more troops, more munitions, more drones, more Patriots, more submarines, more B-21 bombers. It requires more innovation, more AI in everything and ahead of the curve. More cyber effects, more counter-UAS, more space, more speed. America is the strongest, but we need to get stronger and quickly. The time is now, and the cause is urgent. The moment requires restoring and refocusing our defense industrial base, our shipbuilding industry, and onshoring all critical components. It requires, as President Trump has done, getting our allies and partners to step up and share the burden. America cannot do everything. The free world requires allies with real hard power, real military leadership, and real military capabilities. The War Department is tackling and prioritizing all of these things. And I'll be giving a speech next month that'll showcase the speed, innovation, and generational acquisition reforms we are undertaking urgently. Likewise, the nature of the threats we face in our hemisphere and in deterring China is another speech for another day, coming soon. This speech today, as I drink my coffee, this speech today is about people, and it's about culture. The topic today is about the nature of ourselves. Because no plan, no program, no reform, no formation will ultimately succeed unless we have the right people and the right culture at the War Department. If I've learned one core lesson in my 8 months in this job, it's that personnel is policy. Personnel is policy. The best way to take care of troops is to give them good leaders committed to the warfighting culture of the department. Not perfect leaders, good leaders. Competent, qualified, professional, agile, aggressive, innovative, risk-taking, apolitical, faithful to their oath and to the Constitution. Eugene Sledge, in his World War II memoir, wrote, quote, "War is brutish, inglorious, and a terrible waste. Combat leaves an indelible mark on those who are forced to endure it. The only redeeming factors are my comrades' incredible bravery and their devotion to each other." In combat, there are thousands of variables, as I learned in Iraq and Afghanistan, and as so many of you did in so many more places. Leaders can only control about 3 of them. You control how well you're trained, mostly how well you're equipped, and the last variable is how well you lead. After that, you're unknown. Our warfighters are entitled to be led by the best and most capable leaders. That is who we need you all to be. Even then, in combat, even if you do everything right, you may still lose people because the enemy always gets a vote. We have a sacred duty to ensure that our warriors are led by the most capable and qualified combat leaders. This is one thing you and I can control, and we owe it to the force to deliver it. For too long, we have simply not done that. The military has been forced by foolish and reckless politicians to focus on the wrong things. In many ways, this speech is about fixing decades of decay, some of it obvious, some of it hidden. Or
Will
as
you
the chairman
stop
has
a
put it, we are
second, Crazy
clearing
B?
out
Yes,
the
I can.
debris.
I just want to go back and, hey JJ, hey Art, if I didn't say hi to you, and just address, somebody that, and we all teach differently, we all learn differently, we do things differently, but as a HR and training and development uh, person, psych and social mind,
Oh, where'd I go?
one of the reasons that you get people together, again, is it's important for everybody to hear and see things on the same page. Not just as we talked about yesterday in a memo. Can you hear me, Crazy B?
I can hear you. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
because the chat dropped. So, but I think that with the Obama administration, the Biden administration, how they decimated our military in all branches, that it was necessary for all of the leaders to be together to hear the same message, and you either get it or get out. That's the bottom line. There's a new sheriff in town. Here's the way we're going to act. This is how we expect not only you, but everybody under you, all the way to the lowest of personnel that you have beneath you. This is the way we will all move forward together as one unit. And I did note that, we have not met any challenges at all. And I don't know if we're prepared or not. But I sure should hope that Hegseth and his group and the military is going to get us there to the next step. Because I don't know if we could take anybody on. When's the last time we built a ship or a submarine or
More
even?
recently, there was a new ship class built.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's for the Navy. They have done recent improvements in Army tech, and um, they now have a newer version of a personnel carrier. Basically, it's a new version of a Jeep.
Yeah, I have a little piece for later of a uh, pilotless helicopter that drops bombs, which I think is, nothing. It's bigger than a drone, so, but smaller than a plane. It's Superman. Uh, but there's a lot of things that have to change that I don't know if we can or can't do. I mean, think of the southern border and them being able to use drones to see where border patrol was. Imagine that being our adversary on the other side watching movement or something that we did. I mean, hell, we let China fly over the United States for 10 days, supposedly just, you know, just for the fun of it.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'm sure there's outdated equipment. What about tanks? I know that was a
I
huge
worked with a
push.
company that actually I didn't work with them. I was a janitorial at the place that was contracted to the United States Army. And
Hmm.
yes, they made tanks and they upgraded them and updated them routinely. This was all the way back in like 2010. I was doing that they were still doing it. And last I knew, they never stopped.
Well, I
So
hope
it
they
continued.
I hope they still are, because I don't know that to be. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know what I don't know. Um, I hope that that is all updated and that we are prepared.
It doesn't matter how much we have in tools if people don't know how to use them
That's right. There's
and if
personnel
people aren't
training.
willing to use them.
Right. There's personnel training that needs to be done. You know what shape. You know the numbers in the military were at the lowest they had ever been in recorded history when Biden left office. And then Hegseth gets in, and what happens? The numbers go up dramatically. Huge increase, huge influx. Numbers that they hadn't seen before. Why is that?
So
Because that wokeness, I believe, was taken out.
um, it's hard to say. And again, I think
What's in
it's
the
just
chat? I can't
Trump's back.
see. What did you
Oh,
want to
Art
say?
says we build ships, but they're usually 5 years late and three times over budget.
Exactly. Plus, that was the other point. We were doing a lot of building of weapon aircraft carriers and planes and that for other countries. Boeing was doing a lot, although I wouldn't fly buy a Boeing, but you know that's just me. But uh, you know, what's her face that was running for president that we can never think of her name? Um,
The Sarah Palin chick.
no, no, the Indian from India. What was her name? She was not the UN, the NATO. Was she NATO or the UN ambassador for Trump's first term?
Oh,
Haley,
Nikki
Nikki Haley.
Haley.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, she was a huge into the military. She was a forever war chick. You know, she wanted to fight, fight, fight.
So are the Cheneys
Uh huh.
and the
So,
Bushes,
yeah, there's a lot of money there to be had, right? It's all about the
especially
dollar.
by Lockheed Martin.
Yes. Yep. And I believe she was associated with one of them, or her husband.
Hmm.
Yeah, her husband or something. She had some
Oh,
type
I'm
of.
sure.
Yeah.
That's the only reason to go and run
And
for
then,
president.
don't forget, you know, get to buy the stock, because we know about the stock market when that's all being sold and done, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just it's all about the money somehow. Everything we've
Almost
done,
always.
yeah, everything we've talked about today has been about the money,
Sadly, that is true.
and yet none of it's come to back to the people. You're getting
It's
two
really
pounds.
annoying. It
Yeah,
really is.
you're getting 2 pounds of garlic to eat. Why don't you stick that in your gun and aim it?
Well, there is such a thing as toxicity from garlic. It can cause something wrong with the blood. It's a toxicity buildup
You get too
that
much,
is
huh?
not good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you for my letting me
Hey, you let me rant about things.
just. I can't. Just. I just again remember it's not that they call these meetings every day, every month, every even once a year. They don't do it. This has been an extremely rare, I believe, an extraordinary time in history. We're going to look back at this and say there was a difference here from Obama and Biden to Trump and with what now is the Department of War. and where we're going to
Yeah.
go with this. And I hope and pray that we truly are ready in the event that something does happen. Because I would hate to see us caught with our pants down, that's all.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead and
That is
say,
a problem.
and I'm going to dip out and come back so I can see the chat.
Alrighty.
Moving the distractions, clearing the way for leaders to be leaders. You might say we're ending the war on warriors. I heard someone wrote a book about that. For too long, we've promoted too many uniformed leaders for the wrong reasons, based on their race, based on gender quotas, based on historic so-called firsts. We've pretended that combat arms and non-combat arms are the same thing. We've weeded out so-called toxic leaders under the guise of double-blind psychology assessments, promoting risk-averse, go-along-to-get-along conformists instead. You name it, the department did it. Foolish and reckless political leaders set the wrong compass heading, and we lost our way. We became the woke department, but not anymore. Right now, I'm looking out at a sea of Americans who made a choice when they were young men and young women to do something most Americans will not, to serve something greater than yourselves, to fight for God and country, for freedom and the Constitution. You made a choice to serve when others did not, and I commend you. You are truly the best of America. But this does not mean, and this goes for all of us, that our path to this auditorium on this day was a straight line, or that the conditions of the formations we lead are where we want them to be. You love your country, and we love this uniform, which is why we must do better. We just have to be honest. We have to say with our mouths what we see with our eyes, to just tell it like it is in plain English, to point out the obvious things right in front of us. That's what leaders must do. We cannot go another day without directly addressing the plank in our own eye, without addressing the problems in our own commands and in our own formations. This administration has done a great deal from day one to remove the social justice, politically correct, and toxic ideological garbage that had infected our department, to rip out the politics. No more identity months, DEI offices, dudes in dresses. No more climate change worship. No more division, distraction, or gender delusions. No more debris. As I've said before, and will say again, we are done with that shit. I've made it my mission to uproot the obvious distractions that made us less capable and less lethal. That said, the War Department requires the next step. Underneath the woke garbage is a deeper problem, and a more important problem that we are fixing and fixing fast. Common sense is back at the White House, so making the necessary changes is actually pretty straightforward. President Trump expects it. And the litmus test for these changes is pretty simple. Would I want my eldest son, who is 15 years old, eventually joining the types of formations that we are currently wielding? If
What
in
is
any
that
way the answer
static
to that is
hum?
no, or even yes.
What?
Were you hearing a static hum?
Yes.
I thought it was just my end. That
No,
was
I hear it.
weird.
No, I hear it too.
Okay. Um, all right. I think we got enough time to go through a few more minutes of this, and then um, well,
Call it a day.
probably maybe 10 minutes more.
Okay. And
Uh,
again, or you and I are going to just have to agree to disagree. I understand. I've worked city government for departments, and I think that's where the difference is, where Trump has come in and treated the government I'm sorry, but like a company and a business, and it needs to be run as such. You know, we would not tolerate the kind of
Well, the
crap that
government
goes
and the
on.
military are separate, but
Yes, I
I get where you're
understand.
coming from.
Yes, all I'm suggesting is, I mean, the military still falls under the purview of the government. The government should be treated like a business in that we do not tolerate the types of behavior from government that we do in a business. A CEO, the board of directors, your managers, your supervisors would be terminated, would have standards, would have performance evaluations, would have reviews. They wouldn't get across the board raises. You know, this has gone on for so long. This, I believe, is part of the problem, that we've just everything's been status quo for so long. That's one reason why I voted for Trump. Again, I don't agree with everything that he says or does, but I'm down for the shakeup, and I'm down for what Pete says. He's sick of the shit. It's time to make some real changes, and hopefully changes that are sustained. And the problem is Congress is not doing their job in anything. That's why all these executive orders are being written, because Congress is not taking up the mantle. They didn't do it in the first term, and they're not doing it now. Immigration could be handled, the military could be, every problem that we have, they could be handling it. That's why they have these committees. This could all be taken care of if people would do their job, but they're not. And so all we do is throw up our hands and wring the dish rag. Oh, all we could do is just vote them out. Well, I'm hoping that the people we have voted in and the people that he has put in place are doing something about it. And so we'll agree to disagree about it, I guess.
All right.
But
Oh,
then we're
it's
doing
coming
something
from
wrong.
the YouTube channel.
Because my son is no more
Okay.
important than any other American citizen who dons the cloth of our nation. He is no more important than your son. All precious souls made in the image and likeness of God. Every parent deserves to know that their son or their daughter that joins our ranks is entering exactly the kind of unit that the Secretary of War would want his son to join. Think of it as the golden rule test. Jesus said, "Do unto others that which you would have done unto yourself." It's the ultimate simplifying test of truth. The new War Department golden rule is this: do unto your unit as you would have done unto your own child's unit. Would you want him serving with fat or unfit or undertrained troops? Or alongside people who can't meet basic standards? Or in a unit where standards were lowered so certain types of troops could make it in? In a unit where leaders were promoted for reasons other than merit, performance, and warfighting? The answer is not just no, it's hell no. This means at the War Department, first and foremost, we must restore a ruthless, dispassionate, and common sense application of standards. I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men, or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons, platform, or task, or under a leader who was the first, but not the best. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high. If not, they're not standards. They're just suggestions. Suggestions that get our sons and daughters killed. When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, if not,
Oh, they fixed
they're
it.
not standards.
No, they
They're
didn't.
just suggestions. Suggestions that get our sons and daughters killed. When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, The era of politically correct, overly sensitive, don't hurt anyone's feelings leadership ends right now. At every level, either you can meet the standard, either you can do the job, either you are disciplined, fit, and trained, or you are out. And that's why today, at my direction, and this is the first of 10 Department of War directives that are arriving at your commands as we speak and in your inbox. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only. Because this job is life or death. Standards must be met. And not just met, at every level we should seek to exceed the standard, to push the envelope, to compete. It's common sense. And core to who we are and what we do, it should be in our DNA. Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat field test for combat arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment. These tests, they'll look familiar. They'll resemble the Army Expert Physical Fitness Assessment or the Marine Corps Combat Fitness Test. I'm also directing that warfighters in combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above 70%. It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the
I think
Secretary of War can do
70%
regular,
is a low
hard
number to
PT,
achieve.
Well, 70% is a passing number in
Right.
general.
But it's still a low number. And
Yeah.
another comment is, do you really think that China, Russia, Ukraine, anybody, the Middle East, is having this conversation with their troops?
China and Korea, yes. Russia, no. Russia's desperate right now. They're taking anybody and everybody. Hell, Ukraine is. Middle East, they'll take anybody that will do what they require of them.
Mm-hmm. But do you,
Areas where they're desperate.
because they're desperate. But in a normal situation, would Russia have been one that you would have heard Putin go, you guys are too fat and you got to meet a standard, blah, blah, calling everybody together? You think Xi Jinping has been doing that, calling everybody?
Actually, Xi Jinping probably has. He has a really
Mm-hmm.
tight control on the military.
Right, but
Same with Kim Jong Il or
right.
Un. Which one is it?
Yeah,
Un.
because they have standards that are to be met, right? That's
But
why they're
Russia does not. Right now, they're
Mhm.
desperate.
Right, because they're fighting Ukraine, so they'd probably take me and you if we went over.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something, again, we need to be able to match our opponents.
Correct.
And it's always been that way. But I'll tell you, during World War II, they were getting kind of desperate, and Vietnam was getting kind of desperate.
Yes. Yes.
And we've been in that desperate situation. And we have lowered standards to let people in to be able to fight
Right.
because we were getting desperate, like
Desperate.
World War One and Two.
Mm-hmm. And
We threw a lot
hopefully,
of people into it at the end, but we got it done.
right.
What they called cannon fodder.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Unfortunately, it sucks.
Yes, it does. Why don't we,
I was gonna say we got 4 minutes to end it up. If we want to be within our 2 hour mark.
how much longer on the video?
12 minutes and some odd seconds.
All right. If you don't mind, why don't we end a little bit early? Are
Okay.
you okay with that?
Yeah, that's perfectly
Okay.
fine. I will go ahead and save it where it's at for
Okay.
tomorrow.
All right, and we'll pick it up and I think with everything finish that off. But
And
if you
then
have
we'll go into the rebuttals on him.
yes, correct. On both sides of the aisle.
Yep.
And
My son sent a good one. My
okay,
son literally he sent it to me as a text message and I forwarded it to Dee the exact way he sent it. This guy is a dingus.
yes.
And my son was not joking. And I had to edit out some of his rebuttal because the voice identifying software that is used for my subtitles couldn't pick it up because the dude couldn't stop laughing through his own arguments of
Oh my gosh.
stupidity. And so, yeah,
Oh,
I had to cut out a few segments where it was just laughing and talking all at the same time, uproar. Um, but y'all can, if you want to tolerate watching and listening to it, you're free to.
right.
Um,
Yeah, and we'll have that for tomorrow. We will pick
yes,
this video up. If you want to watch ahead, it will be in the description listed below. We appreciate you joining us today, the first day of October. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you can do so, click the uh, Cash App. Even $1 will go a long way towards our poor $600 investment loss that we're at currently. Um, we appreciate you joining Rex Sisters. Don't forget we have the Discord available where the conversation continues on, perhaps a little bit more intensely than it does on YouTube and Rumble, but it's all in good gesture, good faith, and we've never had an issue there. So, with that being said, I'm kind of done for the day. I'm cooked.
I know I am as well. So, I'll add in that I did hide a little image today. If y'all see it, drop an emoji to it and or whatever else, type the word whatever it needs to be to match it. And sorry, I am so congested. I'll get back to you, let you know you're right. You can drop it in the comments after the stream. um and this is also for people who happen to um catch by watching this long in the post recording, but or the post live. I apologize. Here I am all over the place again today. So, yeah, but definitely. Oh, don't forget, guys. If you're on the Discord server, if not, feel free to join the Discord server. It'll be in the description. We have a poll up for what we should be calling our Friday shows when we do the hodgepodge ones. So feel free to jump over there and jump in on that poll. Let us know what you think we should do going forward. And so far, we have a tie between two of the options. Let me pull those up really fast. Um, hold on one second. I'm so congested. I apologize. It's tied between Friggin' Fridays and the foreign language versions of Fucked Up Fridays.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
those two are tied at 40%, and we have 20% saying effed up Fridays.
There you go.
And so I find it interesting. I
Very much
really
so.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's something worth, looking into. See if you want to be part of that and chime in on your opinion. I think it's always a great idea.
Exactly. All right, Crazy Bee. We shall see you guys tomorrow evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, Rumble, and other platforms. Thank you for joining us.
Have a great night.
Good night. Oh, you forgot your outro there, Crazy
Oh,
Bee.
stay sane, stay safe, stay sober.
Uh
And
huh.
we'll catch you on the next one.
Because perhaps we're not going to do any of the three. today?
No, no, no. I might not be able to.
Ah,
We'll see how it
I think you
goes.
might be right. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.